We are here. We're at 10,000. Thank you, everybody. And thank you. We're back for another live show. I'm Jennifer Moore, your host, helping you discover your love of sewing, crafts, and DIY. This is going to be a big show. I'm going to go over some of my favorite videos. I've got some fairly important announcements, so make sure to stay tuned because these are pretty big announcements, so you'll definitely want to be here for that. We're going to be drinking a little wine. We're going to be chatting videos, sharing the poll results from last week and this week that because I forgot to do that last week. And yes, I'm very happy that we made it. I cannot believe this. I've been doing this for 2 years. Sometimes it feels like this channel's, really plugging along. Sometimes the growth has been slower. It's been, a very interesting journey. It's something that I really have loved. All right, and we got a couple folks here. We got Jamie and Empress Noel, and Jamie actually purchased some of my D-Stash fabrics. So thank you, Jamie. Your package hopefully will be here. Hopefully it'll be here soon if it's not already. But I'm excited. It's Sunday, and okay, so I do have the wine. All right, let me see if I can. I got this wine from Aldi. It was $5. I know, big spender. This is not a wine recommendation, though. I gotta be honest. This wine is okay. It's not fantastic. I would give this wine like a 5 out of 10. The only reason it is a 5 is because of the price. This is Moselle Sweet Red. I've been keeping it in the fridge. It's just, I don't know. I prefer, there's another brand of Sweet Red. Well, I think it's Sutter Home. I think their Sweet Red is better, and that you can get at most gas stations. So I'm excited. And I am going to start doing some wine reviews over on my other channel, Jen Talks Forever. I think that's going to happen. I've shot one. It was pretty magical, let me tell you. And welcome everybody. And I'm going to put up the chat box so I can see everybody. Yeah, for some reason YouTube is supposed to start letting the comments run after the live stream ends. I've noticed that's not been happening, for at least not from the one last week. So I don't know what's going on. Hello everybody. So yes, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite videos. And again, there's some announcements towards the end. More has to do with the future of the channel and what's going to happen. All right, so let's toast to the Sewing Report Squad. Thank you, everybody. Honestly, it's because of you I do this, and because I want to encourage people to try sewing, and that's why I'm here. That's honestly the only reason. It's certainly not because of the money. It's because I enjoy doing this, and I like to talk a lot. Hey, can't lie about that, right? I like talking. Not gonna drink too much, because I do have to do things after this, and I don't want to fall asleep. And but yeah, and again, this wine, literally, 5 out of 10. Not. I don't think this is going to be a repeat purchase. I like the bottle, plus it's got a twist top, so I don't have to struggle with a corkscrew. And that was the reasoning behind trying this one, because when I'm alone, I have trouble opening wine by myself. That's why I buy stuff with screw tops and stuff that comes in a box. In fact, later today I might have to go to Walmart and get some more boxed wine. So that's on the agenda. But again, thank you guys so much. We reached 10,000 on I think it was Monday. So we've been there for a while. We're now up to 10,100. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for this channel. I'm certainly going to keep doing that. And it's been fun. The first few videos, so I'm going to go over some of my videos in a minute, but I do want to release the poll results that I forgot to share with you last week. So last week I asked, oh wait, this is have you ever tried a sewing quilting subscription box? 76% no, 23% yes. So it looks like a lot of you guys have not tried sewing subscription boxes yet. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. So anyways, hope you guys are having a good week. I don't know if you guys are doing any sewing. I've been doing some myself. Actually I've been working on a project that I think is going to take forever. So I apologize in advance. Most of the future videos are probably going to be, let's just say based on that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the other poll question. Okay. So the other one I asked was, what fabric gives you the most problem sewing? Got some interesting answers here. All right. The majority said lightweight knits. I'm definitely in that camp. 22% silk satin. I can definitely see that. 12% sequin or embellished fabric. 12% other. And 6% like rayon, voile, and crepe. So interesting answers. I always enjoy asking these because you get such, I don't know, I want to kind of get a cross section of what people are thinking. You know, what do you like? What do you don't like? You know, what kind of issues do you have while you're sewing? So, anyways, welcome. Okay, let's see, Kirsten. The label on the wine looks like it says Maisel. It kind of does. Maybe they should have this wine company as a sponsor, but you know, they gotta work on the taste. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. All right, S. Douglas. I hate all wines, champagne, sherries, and brandies, and I've never drunk port. However, cheers. Cheers to you as well. You can tell I have a very small amount in the glass. That's honestly really all I need. All right. Yes, you know, S. Douglas, yeah, if you already have tons of stuff, a sewing subscription box may not be for you. If you like surprises, and I would say these are really good for people who are just starting out and don't have a lot of supplies. These would be really perfect for you. Also, if you just like the fabric ones and you want more fabric, that would be a good option too. So, all right, so now I'm going to go over my favorite. Okay, maybe you have been wondering this. Probably not. I'm just kind of, you know, I'm just sort of doing this. But I wanted to share with you some of my favorite videos on the channel. And you may be surprised, they're mostly some of the earlier videos. I've made, I think on this channel, I have over 180 videos. And I would say it wasn't until I had almost 100 on the channel that people really started noticing this channel. And there might be good reason for it. Some of the early ones are, I would not say they are, you know, like it takes you a while to get your format down, figure out kind of what works, what kind of voice you want to have on YouTube. So, all right, so these were one of my first videos, and I made a playlist. So in the description box, if you would like to go back and watch all these videos, you can. So I've listed, there's actually 5 videos, but 2 of them are about QuiltCon. These were the first videos that I really made for this channel. I had reposted something I had put on another channel. It was a tour of Craft South of Nashville that's owned by Anna Maria Horner. But at QuiltCon, I ended up going, you know, I was going to go anyway, so I decided to bring some camera equipment and try to film some stuff. They were very cool. They were very open to it. You know, they actually don't, I don't think they hire anyone to like do video for them. So they were pretty down with it. They gave me a press pass, and and Maggie is writing, she likes the What Happens in My Sewing Room video. If you would like to share your favorite video on this channel, go ahead in the comments. So yeah, one of my favorite videos is the 2 videos I did from QuiltCon. The first one is more like a news package, and those were the types of pieces I was used to producing. So there's one that I kind of interview people at the event, and you know, I got a lot of B-roll there, you know, and it was a lot of fun. And the other package I ended up doing there was focused more on the things at the event, like the cool like technology. So I looked at a lot of like sewing machines and talked to those folks, and a lot of and did something with the people that like there was a lady there, and she was selling like it was like a printer for fabric. And she was very nice. So there's a lot of cool innovations that are happening in the sewing and quilting world. And I, you know, wanted to do something about that. It was a good time. So if you want to watch those videos, they're in the My Favorite Videos playlist. Okay, the next one is, I would say the live show, this was one of the first live shows I did, and I realized I've been doing the live show for about a year now. One of the earlier ones, I had my husband come on and sew lingerie live. So if you would like to see what my husband's been kind of busy lately, so he hasn't been able to make any appearances, but he came on and made a pair of lacy underwear live on the show. Now, this was before I had like a decent microphone and I was using an iPod to do all the shows. So it was pretty low tech, but you know, it worked. And we had a lot of fun, and he actually got through the process and made a pair of underwear. He did have trouble with the serger, and I ended up having to help him rethread it, but that was a fun thing to do. And you know, yeah, that's our creepy, you can see in there that's the creepy butt mannequin we bought for the photos and stuff. So that was pretty special. All right, the other one of my other favorites also features my husband. We teamed up and we taped kind of a humorous review of this cutting mat I got, and we kind of made up a little story around it. It was a little off the wall. I did get most of the comments were fairly positive. I did get a couple haters, but you know, they're gonna happen. So I had my husband basically the premise is he hijacks the cutting mat review, and I end up in the box that the cutting mat came in, because I think the way it came about was that this cutting mat was like, which is actually in this sewing room right now, the cutting mat was like 36 by 42, and the box was massive. Like, the box was it was much larger than it needed to be for shipping that stuff. So we, you know, I was like, you know, I should do a video where, you know, I'm getting in the box or popping out of the box or something. So we sort of came up with this concept. I won't spoil it, but again, it's in that My Favorite Videos playlist. And my husband is in the shower, and he did actually ruin a pair of his shoes for this video. So we had fun. And, you know, I'd like to get him involved when he can. He does have his own channel, More Approved, if you would like to see more of him. He's a pretty good-looking guy. Yeah, we had fun. I liked and he did that for the thumbnail, that little pose with the thumbs up. So that was one of my other favorites. And, all right, so my last favorite video, that was number 4. So the first 2 were QuiltCon. Number 3, sewing underwear. I would say, you know, whatever, there's this one. In this other video, this was definitely one of the most, I would say this was one of the more complicated videos to put together and shoot and edit. I was very proud of the way it turned out, although I think in the portions where I'm on camera, I look like crap. So I could have done my hair a little bit. The ones where I'm like in my sewing room and it's like kind of like like those testimonial booths like they have on The Bachelor and stuff, you know, where I'm like giving my input. This video got like no love in terms of views, so if you would like to check it out, I'm very proud of it, but like nobody watched it. I had a lot of fun, and I want to tell you about this one. So there was a challenge like last year, and a lot of other sewing vloggers want to do this little red dress project. I am not a personal fan of red for myself. I didn't really want to make a red dress for me. So I thought to myself, what if I made an outfit for a dog, like an animal or something? So I have a friend, and this she's a girl, she's an English bulldog, and her name is Bandit. Bandit's mom really likes to dress her up in costumes. She has boxes and boxes of costumes and like wigs for the dog, Bandit. Bandit's also Bandit's very easygoing. So she'll pretty much wear anything and kind of just sit there. So we shot a little video with Bandit, and it came out super cute. That's her, I don't know what kind of wig that is. That's Bandit's own wig, and I made the outfit. Yeah, I know, a Tom Girl Gamer. Hello, Danny. Yeah, there was it's weird, like this video is not, like I thought this video was going to do, and that's the thing about YouTube. The videos you think are going to do well, usually don't. And then the videos that you're like, that are kind of shot almost as an afterthought, you're like, yeah, that would be okay. Those videos are the ones that get all the views. It's very weird. So the more time, it seems like the more time and effort you put into the video, like the fewer views it gets. Rebecca, you borrowed the dog. I actually went to Bandit's house. So we shot it at my friend's house, Bandit's mom. And they actually have another dog, and they kept the dog like in a spare room so she wouldn't get in the way. But literally, like, my scenes with Bandit, like, were pretty, like, the expression on the dog's face, it's like she just doesn't care. So it was kind of entertaining. And the only thing was the because I don't like live with this dog, I got her measurements, and the skirt ended up being like a little big for her, and then the top was like really tight. So, it's a little, we had a little bit of fit issues. So because I was kind of worried about the outfit, I decided to make like a 2-piece outfit, and then the front had like buttons that it hooked to, or something like that. Like the front was like, just because I was trying to make it easy to get it on and off. But this dog wears clothes literally all the time. The Christmas cards, okay, so I have to share, I've gotten Christmas cards from this friend, and it always features her 2 dogs doing something. I'm trying to think of past costumes Bandit's worn. She was Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones. She's been the Queen of England for, like, they did like some Jubilee photos. She has some really elaborate outfits. We fed her lots of treats, and she was just very good. She slept a lot, and also we did kind of a funny scene where I'm like basically the premise of this video was that I am working for Bandit. She's a wealthy divorcee, and she wants a new outfit for a holiday party season. So one of my favorite movies of all time is Best in Show, the mockumentary about the dog show. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to do something in that style, so we were taking this dog like way too seriously. And then at the end, so my thought was, if this outfit, like, this was the first time I've ever tried to make dog clothes. I thought, if this outfit looks terrible, then we just switch the premise and I end up getting fired from the job. That's how it would work if it like looked really bad and it was horrible. So either way, I thought we were good. It was fun shooting it. And this friend of mine also works in TV, so she understands a lot of the production stuff. I brought over some lights. But it probably took me about a month to get this together, to get the concept together. I wrote a script for it, and I gave my friend lines to say. And then the editing took a long time. I really wanted the editing to be pretty strong. I think the one thing I would change, like, again, I shot separate scenes of me describing the making process. I just did not look good. Like, that was the only part that looked kind of low budget. Like, I didn't do my hair, and it just did not, those scenes just did not look as good. But the scenes with Bandits were interesting. Top Girl Gamer, I am definitely not a dog costume expert, but there are a lot of patterns. There are actually patterns to make dog clothing. If you're interested, I've seen quite a few. Even some of the mainstream pattern designers have pet patterns. One easy thing to start with would be like dog bandanas. Those are pretty easy. So if you want to start with something, do that. So that was a really fun one to shoot. But yeah, it got like, I think it's been up for like over a year. I think it has like 500 views on it. So not a lot of people watched it, but it was one of my favorite, that has to be one of my favorite videos of all time. If you would like to share some of your videos, I would love to hear it. Not because I'm trying to flatter myself, but just because I want to know what you guys would like to see on the channel, and to see like what kind of content you gravitate towards. So yeah, this dog is hilarious. Oh, she does have her own Instagram account if you want to follow Bandit and see some, like, the costumes. These Christmas cards are like a hoot. Like, they're definitely worth following. And she takes really good photos. Let me see if I can find her her Instagram. And Bandit, I think, is 9 or 10 years old, and from what I understand, that's a really long lifespan for a bulldog, because my friend was saying that a lot of them don't live to be that long, which is very sad, and also kind of a bummer, because those dogs are not cheap. Oh, okay. Oh, she's 10 now. Okay. Oh my gosh, Bandit's doing awesome. Okay, so okay, this is awesome. When I first started following Bandit, I think she had like 100 Instagram followers. She's up to 10K. Jeez. Okay. So it's Bandit Bulldog. Just at, I don't know if this is going to really work, but at Bandit Bulldog. And she's a 10-year-old bulldog that resides in Georgia. Let me see if I can pull it up on the website. And also the other dog they have is a chocolate Labrador, and her name is Candy. And when I told my friend's husband, I was like, your dog's name is Candy, right? And he goes, like the stripper name. So that's, they have a really good sense of humor. Also, in one scene, Bandit does have a bottle of booze, so she's trying to get through the holidays by drinking, apparently. Let's see if I can get this up. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, I've got the Bandit cam. Okay, so this is Bandit Bulldog. Yeah, so something must have happened and her Instagram really popped. She must have had some sort of maybe a viral post or something. I don't know. So that's Bandit. If you if you love bulldogs, give her a follow. Yeah, those facial expressions are just, it's the facial expressions that just kill me with this dog. And they also collect like a lot of bulldog stuff. They've got like bulldog pillows, bulldog figurines. But this dog is just, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so... I haven't been to her Instagram in a while, but I think it's amazing. I need to message my friend because I can't believe she's at 10K. She's really, wow. Oh, Bandit must have had a comb. Oh boy, what happened? Oh, she scratched her eye saving an orphan from an alligator. Oh boy. Oh. I'm really psyched to see Bandit's Instagram account finally getting some love. I felt like it was such an underrated account, you know? So, oh, dog's getting a bath. I am so excited to see her finally getting like a good amount of followers. Oh. So yeah, they have, and she has like a lot of collars for the dog. Like, let me see if I can find their Christmas cards though. Their Christmas cards are, okay. Okay, she's Little Red Riding Hood in here. I know this is turning into like dog. This is definitely turning into a dog episode. I'm trying to find the Game of Thrones one because that one was really funny. Yes, yes, you can see how many clothes this dog probably has more clothes than me. Oh, here we go. This is the Game of Thrones Christmas card. So that's the lab, and then they she has her friend Photoshop. Yeah, I just love that. I'm just in love with this dog. Like and I think it's like when she has the teeth out, like she's got the overbite. Like that's just so cute to me. So she definitely looks like, you know, Daenerys Targaryen, right? Got the hair, got the outfit. You know, this is one of her other outfits. So yeah, so she has she probably has her own closet at this point. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, give Bandit a follow if you have not already. She's definitely worth following. So yeah, that was fun, right? Yes. Okay, so all right, I want to make some announcements. Okay, so as a thank you to everybody for just showing me love and showing support, I want to do something for all of you, and here's what it is. So I listed the details in the description box as well, but let me show you what's going down here. So on Tuesday, this is kind of a weird idea, and I don't know if this is really going to work yet, but on Tuesday, I'm going to be sort of holding a special event on my Sewing Report Shop Instagram account. So a lot of the rules for giveaways are a little complicated, And I don't really want to err. I want to err on the side of caution, and it's kind of difficult to do a giveaway, and because there's just so many rules. I can't do an international giveaway. It's just kind of crazy. And, you know, I thought, what can I do and not have to deal with all of that, but also do something, you know, nice for people? Okay, so on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing something starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I am going to be listing some special bundles I've made. So these bundles may be patterns, they may be fabric, they may be patterns and fabric. And I'm going to be listing them all here on Sewing Report Shop. Each one of them is going to be $5. That includes US shipping. So again, I'm covering the shipping cost and giving you a bunch of fabric and or patterns for that price. I'm going to be doing 9 of these bundles, and I'm going to be kind of posting them sporadically throughout the day on Tuesday starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So kind of keep an eye on Sewing Report Shop on that day. And the first person to comment sold on them and then DM me your PayPal email address, you've got 24 hours to pay the invoice, and then you get the bundle. If you, for some reason, you don't pay the invoice within 24 hours, then I will, I will give it to, like, if someone comments back up or something on there, I'll give it to you instead. And then I'm going to be shipping all of the bundles out on probably Thursday. So that's sort of what I'm doing to, I don't know, sort of like, it's not a giveaway. I'm just basically kind of destashing stuff super, super cheap. These are all brand new patterns. This is all brand new fabric. Fabric that is not been used or anything like that. I've already created the bundles and packed them up. And there may be some surprise goodies in there. We don't know. So if you're interested in that and you just want to expand your pattern stash, I actually bought a bunch of patterns from McCall's just for this purpose. I was like, I'd like to give them away or something like that. Do something along those sorts. So this is sort of what I've come up with. I hope this works. If it goes well, I think I would definitely do that sort of thing again. I have a couple items listed on my DStash account now, but again, these will not be included in that event. It will just be the new listings. So that's what's happening. Yes, it is for the US only, and I really wish I could open it up wider, but the shipping costs are insane. Like, even shipping someone, I did the Reddit gift exchange recently, and shipping a medium flat rate box was $13.65. I'm like, what? I mean, it's just getting crazy for anything. Like, if you're shipping an envelope, it's not bad, but when you start to ship something that weighs like over a pound, that's when they really start to get you. So I really would like to open it up wider, and I may in the future, once it's a little, like as the channel grows and I'm able to, defray some of these costs more, I would like to open it up wider. But at this point, I've decided to just do US just because, again, the shipping for these packages would be insane. So I'm so sorry, international folks. I'm going to try to figure out something else for you. I'm not sure what that is. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And Amaris, I see your comment about the No Sewing Tech Challenge. What is that? That sounds cool. It sounds cool. So, yeah. So, Tom Girl Gamer, yes, that is pretty much free fabric and patterns. And, yeah, fabric is getting kind of pricey. So there are some fabrics, $20, $30 a yard at Mood Fabrics, $50 a yard. It can be a little... Now, the fabric that I'm going to be destashing is all quilting cotton. Just because I have like a gazillion pieces of quilting cotton. Plus, it's kind of part of my whole plan to just try to kind of destash and minimalize what I have. I don't need all this stuff, so I want to try to give it to you guys instead. So yeah, it's pretty much basically you're like sort of paying for shipping, but not really, because even shipping is more than $5. Because I'm going to be shipping these all flat rate padded envelopes, and the shipping for those are about $7. So I'm pretty much covering, so basically, yeah, it's pretty much free stuff. So over at Sewing Report Shop on Tuesday, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing 9 of these, so keep an eye out. If you enjoy this, or if you think that's a good idea, let me know. So, yeah, Maggie, I've decided this doesn't count. Yeah, exactly. You're kind of not buying, yeah, Maggie, I would say I would give you a pass there too. And, also that, you know, Maxi Make sent me that subscription box. So, you know, that's fabric that I got. So I need to, as my rule is that I need to get rid of the equivalent amount of fabric. So I'm definitely going to be covering that. And yeah, and actually Dr. Jamie, who's often here, she actually helped me destash. She purchased one of my destash items this week. So thank you very much, Jamie. I also included some extra goodies in there just to say thanks. So hopefully that should be coming to you soon. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. And because I wanted to really kind of reward the people that watch this show, I am not going to be advertising this whole thing anywhere else. So the only way people will know about this is from watching this live show right now, or if they happen to read the blog post that this live show is put in. But I'm not going to be announcing this on like Facebook or my main Instagram account. It's just going to be here. So, you know, and I almost kind of want there to be a smaller group of people doing this, just so it doesn't get too crazy. And because, you know, I really like the people watching right now, you're definitely the hardcore Sewing Report squad folks. And also, one thing I would like to ask, if you do get one of these bundles, only claim one so that you give other folks a chance. So it's not like one person getting all 9. So it will be kind of a 1 per person thing. And again, if this works and it goes pretty well, I would love to do this again or more frequently. So that's sort of what, oh, Jamie, you got the package. Yay. All right. So Jamie has gotten her, I'm very glad it actually, sometimes I wonder how often things get lost in the mail. And I really worry about like doing something like this and then having the package not showing up. Yay. All right. So Jamie, yes, thank you very much. Wow, S. Douglas, I was stunned to see on TV silk upholstery cloth, $600 a yard. Woo! Gotta have deep pockets for that one, huh? Yeah. Wow. All right, well, Jamie, I'm so glad you got everything. So Jamie actually helped me destash my... It was very cute fabric, but I didn't have a use for it. It was like it was woodland print fabric. It had like foxes, and it was sort of like a nature scene. It was super cute, but again, I don't have kids. I bought all these fabrics with like very kid-friendly prints on them for like no reason. So yeah, I was like, do I really need this? Not really. I'm going to try to give it a better home. So it's sort of like rehoming your fabrics, you know what I'm saying here? Okay, so this week's poll question up in your upper right-hand corner of your screen, I want to ask you, so I do want to talk about the channel, because I've been doing a lot of thinking about how to grow this into a bigger thing, you know, and how to get more people interested in sewing. And I want to share some thoughts. I would like to make some changes to Sewing Report. The other thing I want to share with you is that I also got something called a YouTube certification this past week. So what it means is that I took some online classes and passed some exams so I can be more knowledgeable about YouTube as a platform. So I'm now officially YouTube certified. I know, look out world, in 3 areas: content strategy, which is kind of like, you know, what kind of videos you put out, like what your plan is for content. And also it kind of had a big section about like, you know, if you're a brand, how do you best work with influencers, sort of thing. So a lot of these courses are aimed not only at individuals who have channels, but businesses who want to be more knowledgeable about YouTube as well. I'm certified in content strategy, channel growth, which was a very interesting course. Of course, everyone wants to know how to grow their channel, and something called content ownership. And this was very much up my alley. So when I was at CNN, I dealt a lot with copyright issues, copyright fair use. And obviously YouTube is going through some stuff with that too, especially, you know, when you have a lot of people trying to upload like, you know, episodes of Castle or something. So I wanted to take that one, and it was very interesting. YouTube has this content ID system, which basically helps, it's artificial intelligence that scans for copyright material. So lesson to all of you, if you have a YouTube channel, just don't upload, try not to upload copyrighted stuff. That's basically my main takeaway. Original content, no music, that sort of thing. So I learned a lot from these classes, and I saw quite a few areas where I think I can improve my own channels. They were very, very helpful. And I saw a lot of things that I'm doing okay here, but I think I could be like more clear with the message and also create content that really is better quality. So with that being said, this week's poll question, so click the I up in the right-hand corner if you want to see the poll questions. Okay, so one of the major things I've been thinking about is this live show. I think I'm going to be making some changes to this. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I want to get your feedback. You know, I feel like sometimes, like a lot of you guys try to watch this live, but a lot more people end up watching the replay later, which I totally get. You know, again, destination programming is, you know, something that's harder for people. Everyone loves on-demand stuff. So in that regard, a lot of the topics I do or shows I do, I feel like they would make better videos rather than a live stream. You know, we have a saying in TV, it's don't go live for the sake of being live. And I do think that in some cases I have been guilty of that here. So I want to know, one question is, how often would you like to see me go live on the channel? Your options are like none, I think 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and then 5 and up. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm probably going to be trying to do live streams in a more meaningful way and doing them a little less frequently. But I also have some other news on that front too. So I'm probably not going to be doing the Sunday, like this, doing this live stream every single Sunday anymore. I think what it's more going to be is, the other thing is that a lot of you guys have different schedules. So some people might never ever be able to watch a Sunday live show just because of something they've got going on, an ongoing commitment. So I might try to do live streams more on the fly. Like say there's some big news that happens in the sewing world, I might just jump on and do a live stream and talk about it. You know, or if I have something that I really want to do right now, I could do that. So I think what I'm thinking going forward, I know I'm saying think like a whole lot. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to cut these live streams down to 1 to 2 times a month, depending on what's happening, and really throw more effort into producing higher quality video content instead. And I wanted to kind of explain why, and that's because I think for folks that are new to sewing or don't sew, they're probably not very likely to watch this show as much as someone who already sews. And one of the big missions behind Sewing Report is to encourage people to sew. So to do that, I'm also going to be expanding the repertoire of the channel to officially include crafts and DIY projects. I love all of those things. I love sewing. I love DIY projects. I love crafting. And officially, I would like to expand that because I do think the audience for that could, one, be broader, and it could also serve as sort of like a gateway to sewing. You know, if I do a DIY video about something, someone who doesn't sew may come over here and say, you know what, this looks cool. And you know what, hey, she's got some sewing videos. I don't know anything about sewing. Maybe I'll check that out. But I think by not doing that, I feel like I'm really limiting the audience to people who already sew versus trying to get curious onlookers more included and being encouraged and fired up to try it. So I'm going to be expanding. Plus, I like the dollhouses. Let's get real here. Right now I'm taping a series about dollhouses. I know. This dollhouse I bought is taking forever. I posted a few clips on Instagram stories last night. This is going to be a very long project. I can already tell. So I'm like, this is a lot to get into. And it takes up so much room that I can't move this stuff out of the way and bust out the sewing machine. I have a few sewing videos that I shot and edited that I haven't put out yet, so hopefully it won't be all dollhouses. So I think I'm certainly going to be expanding the mission and just the type of content to include some non-sewing things. One example that I learned in YouTube training, they brought up this channel, My Cupcake Addiction, and it was a lady, she initially started out doing just cupcakes. And then in her channel trailer, she was like, now it's about a lot more than that, but still, of course, paying nod to my original topic of cupcakes. And I thought that was kind of similar to me, like the channel's called Sewing Report, but, I have interests other than just sewing, and I think these crafting and DIY videos would fit in pretty well on this channel, too. Obviously, I'm not going to change the name of the channel. That's probably going to stay that way. In hindsight, I do almost wish I'd branded the channel a little more generically to include those things in, so that the name made it apparent. But I like the name Sewing Report, so I'm going to keep it at that. But, like that lady, My Cupcake Addiction, she didn't change her channel name to, like, All Things Baking or something. So I think even though, like, people come here and they see the name Sewing Report, I think if I make it evident that it's about crafting and DIY as well, I don't think they would necessarily be put off by that. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. I know this is a lot to take in, and especially if you've been watching the live show a lot, I still want to do a show. And the other part is, if you really like this format, regular weekly, I'm going to be doing that in another capacity. I don't feel comfortable making a full-scale announcement right now just because we're still working some things out. But myself and another person I've definitely mentioned on this channel here and featured on this channel, we're going to be teaming up and doing a project that's kind of like this. It's sort of between the live stream and the sewing chats. So if you like the sewing chats and you like the live show, I think you'll really like what we have planned. It is going to be a regular show we're doing together. I just, I'm not ready to make an announcement yet, but we've already recorded some shows, and we're just kind of trying to work out some of the logistical elements. So if you really do like, this conversational feel, this more talk radio feel, and you've enjoyed these sewing chats, I think you'll like what we've got planned. It's just not going to be on Sewing Report. It's just going to be on a different, we're kind of doing a separate thing. So I'm really excited about that. I think this person and I have great chemistry together, and also a really good combination of experience and skills and personality. So I'm really excited. The stuff we've taped has been really entertaining, and we kind of talked about our lives outside crafting as well. So I'm really excited. All right, Rosalique, I look forward to your live show on Sundays. Thank you so much. And I've really enjoyed doing it. I guess it's just like this. I really want to up the ante. And I think in my situation in this, with the equipment I have and just with the resources, I think I can produce better videos than live shows. So I think that's why I at least want the ratio of videos to be much higher than live shows. And right now it's sort of like 1-to-1. So I know it's a bit hard, but I'm still going to do live things. And I'm not sure if I would do live sew-alongs, just because, like, to do that in my situation, I would have to get, like, right now I use this microphone. It's great quality. If I was to do a live sew-along, like, my webcam is hooked to my computer, I would have to really drastically change the setup, and logistically it would not look good, and I would be super far away from the microphone, and you would not be able to hear me very well. So that's why I think, I think a sew-along would almost be better with the video, because I could shoot close up. Like, if I was trying to do a sew-along live, I can't, at this point with the equipment I have, I can't switch shots. I can't show you stuff close up. As you can see, even when I try to show you stuff in here, like, it takes a little bit to focus. And right now, with the setup I have, that just would not look good for you as a viewer. And I think one of the things I've noticed is that when people come to the channel and they're here for like a technique or a tip video, I think almost they see the live shows and they're like, well, especially when they don't know anything about sewing, they're not really interested in the live shows, I think. So these are just some things I'm thinking of. I also want to do more regular, like sort of like how this is a TV network almost. I would really like to create some shows on the channel versus just like, hey, here's a video about this. So I'm really taking some time to do some thinking because I do really want this to be, I want this to be a great channel. And I think we've got a really good solid start, but I feel like I could do a lot better. And behind the scenes, I've been doing a lot of education for myself. I've not only been watching a lot of sewing classes on Craftsy to learn to be better seamstress, but I've been taking classes in Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, and I really want the video quality to be much better and for my editing and shooting to get there, and it's not there yet. I think my shooting and editing is okay, but I think over time, if I invest in educating myself, I think it will have a great long-term impact on Sewing Report. Maggie, oh man, you're good. It is something. All right, Maggie, you kind of, you really get, yeah, you really took those cues and kind of got, it's that, yeah. So, but there will be videos. So, I really like podcasts where they record a video of the session and they have that available on YouTube as well as like all the places like, SoundCloud and iTunes. So Maggie's definitely on the right track there. So that's sort of, so that's the thing. So even though I think this will probably be, and I hate to say this is probably going to be my last live show for a little bit. So I'm going to reflect the channel info just so it doesn't advertise that, but I'm really excited. Yeah, this person and I have like great chemistry together. We have a lot of fun. And what I like about it is that it's a she. We don't usually get a chance to like chat a lot, but when we do, like we've never met in person, which is kind of crazy. But when we chat, like we just have so much to talk about. It's a little, so we've taped a few and it's going really well. We have a name for it and we're just trying to work out a lot of the structure around it, the framework, just the duties and responsibilities. So I'm really excited. And thank you guys for the support. I wasn't sure how people would feel about the changes, but that's why I did these poll questions to ask, what kind of videos do you like the best? So the poll questions I have are, how much would you like to see me going? I feel like sometimes the live show has been a little overkill for the lives. And I do think I feel like it's a bit of a turnoff to people subscribing if they only want to watch like tutorial videos. And that's kind of a part of it. So I want to have a format like this, but this other person and I are just going to be doing it on a different, so I'll definitely be promoting this new project here and posting some clips from it. But that actual content, I do want to compartmentalize a bit just so people who don't want to watch it on this channel don't have to. And that's one thing I would like to suggest to YouTube. I wish YouTube could make it possible to subscribe to playlists along with channels. Like, kind of like how in Pinterest you can follow boards. So you don't necessarily have to follow everything that person does, but you can follow just the stuff you like about it. I wish YouTube offered that option because there are channels I go to and I like some of the stuff they do, but I don't like say I like their tutorial videos, but I don't like their weekly vlogs. I would subscribe to just the tutorials, and I do wish YouTube would make that sort of thing possible so that people could sort of almost curate the content they see a little bit better. That would be really cool. All right. Oh, Carol, my Janome 7700 broke my wrist. Oh, okay. You gotta share what happened. I don't even know what to say to that, Carol. That's crazy. How did it break your wrist? And I hope you're okay. All right. I'm looking into it ever since sometime. Pretty Pink Cast. I'm so sorry, Carol. I hope you feel better. All right, Marie. if it's the interview you did that I liked so much, I had to watch it twice. And yes, you guys had me riveted. Very great chemistry. You guys look like you were two friends. Yeah, we've become really good friends, and I love talking to her. We have so much fun. I wish we lived closer. We don't. But we thought, the kind of cool thing is that taping these sessions with her, it just kind of feels like I'm having a conversation with a friend and we're just recording it. That's basically what it is. We definitely veer way off topic, but it's getting kind of funny. So it's going to be a different kind. I've tried to listen to some sewing and quilting and crafting podcasts. This is going to be a different sort of podcast. We are crafters, but we're kind of talking about everything under the sun as well. So it's a lot of fun. All right, Mutha's Mother Superior, is that your name? I just found you this week and love, love, love. This is also my first live YouTube video. I feel very inspired by your message, mission, and journey. Thank you so much. Okay. Liz, hey, the videos would be fine. Whatever works best. I'm working sometimes on Sunday, so I miss the live sometimes anyways. Exactly. And that's the thing I've noticed with the metrics is that most people are watching this when it's not live. And in that case, I want to give you a better viewing experience. Like this webcam, it still only saves, because I'm doing the background replacement thing, it only still broadcasts in 720p, and YouTube, I think, only still allows you to save live streams as 720p. So this is an okay camera. This is it's not bad, but I think the stuff I shoot with my DSLRs, and I'm able to edit. Also, sometimes I talk too much, so I can kind of edit some of that stuff out. I think I can create a better just experience for you if it's not live and more a little more of a polished video. All right. And yes, Russell Leak, dollhouses are awesome. I'm having a great time. And Jamie, yes, thank you so much. I also enjoy this community, and that's why I like doing this. I still will do live streams here, but probably more of a once or twice a month basis. Just kind of hang out, chat, answer questions, and maybe we can just all talk. The other cool thing is, even if I'm not doing a live show, I'm supposed to be getting that community tab on YouTube, so basically the community tab, it should be on the channel main page. I think it takes a little bit to get after you hit 10,000, but I'm supposed to be getting a community tab. So I'll show you. So up where it says home, home and videos and playlists and stuff. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. So right here, there's supposed to be a tab that says community in here. So hopefully that will be happening soon. And what happens when you do that is that you should be I'll show you an example. My friend Shelly got it. Okay. Whoops. Why am I typing in Shelly shaves the day? Oh my gosh. Okay, so my friend Shelly has this on her channel because she's at 13,000. So you see right here it says community. So she can click on it, and it's basically like a news feed. So Shelly can post pictures, she can post videos, and I really want to do this here, which would be awesome. And also people can comment. So I think this is a really good way for us to have community as well here on YouTube, which I think is awesome. So yeah, so she posts and then people can comment. So I think that's pretty awesome that you can do that. So hopefully this will be coming. So keep checking, because I'm supposed to be getting a community tab. And once I do, you better believe I will be posting here. That's definitely going to happen. So once that goes up, I can start sharing stuff in between videos and in between live streams. But I think ideally what would happen is I go live a couple times a month, but more with a specific reason than because what's happening now is I need to think of a topic for Sunday. I think some things I've done are better than others, so I hope you guys like them. I've had a lot of fun doing them, and I think the live aspect really does add a lot to YouTube and to the experience on all social media platforms. but I think my strengths are definitely better with the videos. So, but it's been a lot of fun, and I feel like I've definitely developed myself more with the on-camera stuff by doing these, because again, there's no scripting with these. It's just, I turn this on and start talking away, So, but I'm having a great time. So yes, guys, this is going to be the last Sunday live show for a little bit. I may go live on Sundays in the future, and it's probably going to take me a few weeks to just kind of figure out the new direction. I'm also working on this other project, the TBA project with my friend. So there's that going on. So just know if I don't have like a super high amount of videos in the next couple weeks, you know why. The other thing I'm doing, of course, I'm doing the Jen Talks Forever channel, and that's going pretty well. We're definitely getting people over there, and I'm talking more about personal stories and things about personal finance. And I've enjoyed doing that as well. And then I've got there's a lot of channels going on. And I also have another channel I started about a month and a half ago called XTV Producer, where I'm talking all about the media industry. So just know I've got a lot going on. I'm trying to juggle it the best I can. And it's been a bit challenging. Even though I have a lot more time now, I feel pulled in so many different directions. I'm trying to figure out how I can best concentrate these efforts and streamline them so I don't feel like I'm drowning. All right, let's check out some more comments. And thank you guys so much. Carol, I tilted it forward to deal with the top of it instead of just standing up to do it. It snapped a ligament. Oh my gosh. Okay, Carol, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Everybody, yeah, send some prayers and love to Carol. I hope you feel better soon. That is not a good time. I'm so sorry. Wow. Anyways, yes, prayers for Carol. Definitely. Girl, I cannot believe a sewing machine did that to you. That is crazy. I can definitely see that happening. I'm so upset. So is the Janome 7700 in the doghouse now? I am so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better, Carol. We're all pulling for you. And make sure to rest. Make sure not to do anything too strenuous. And chat, stay in bed. Stay in bed, chill out, relax a little bit. Have a family member bring you some snacks. I think you deserve that today. That is one of the craziest sewing machine stories I think I've ever heard. I am like I honestly don't know what else to say. That's insane. But Carol, thank you for being here. I can't believe you're actually here, and and I think I would be like, I might be crying in a corner somewhere. You are a tougher woman than I am, Carol. I hope you feel better. So yes, let's wish Carol well. Wish Carol a happy recovery. Because that sounds pretty rough. Not gonna lie. Well, anyways, thank you all for being here and kind of understanding. I've been doing a lot of just thinking and trying to plan for the future, and I think there's just a lot of things I feel I could do to make this channel better and stronger, and I want to do those things. I'm very committed to doing this, and overall my whole goal is to encourage more people to sew. So I hope you guys can understand. I know a lot of you already sew. You're very experienced with sewing. And I hope you can understand. I'm really trying to hook people who are not already in our community. So some of the content may not always be geared towards you, but geared towards people to try to get them here, to try to encourage them, and to try to show them that sewing can be fun, non-intimidating, and that they can do it. So I've had a great time, and I cannot thank you enough for the 10,000 subscribers. And so yeah, this will be the it's not the end of the shows. That's kind of a wrong way to put it, But basically, we're going to be entering kind of a new era, and I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently to try to really maximize the quality on this channel. Liz, thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to sign off too, because I'm going to try to tape something else. I'm taping part 2 of the This Dollhouse series is going to be like 18 parts or something, just because it's going to take me so long to do. But I hope everyone's doing well. And let me know what you're sewing this week. Let me know what's going on. But if you want to help me kind of figure this all out, definitely participate in the poll questions. Let me know what you think, and also comment what do you like about this channel? What do you think could be better about this channel? Try not to be too mean. I already get a lot of trolls over here as well. But let me know what you think. And what kind of videos you would like to see more of and why. And also, if you have any ideas for videos, segments, or things that might help. I don't have any kids. I would love to get some kids over here that are young and excited. But let me know if you have any ideas for trying to get this channel to appeal to, to people of that age range, between like this channel is fairly family friendly minus the wine. Maybe people between like, I don't know, 13 and 24. Clearly, I'm not in their age group, and I don't know much about them now. But I would love to get more folks over here that are excited. They want to do some DIY and crafting, try sewing, that have never done it before. Maybe their parents, and a lot of these kids, their parents don't sew. Their grandma may sew a little bit, but we're getting to the point where there's fewer and fewer people that are sewing, and that's obviously not great for our community. So if their parents are not teaching them to sew, or their grandparents are not learning in school, where are these kids going to learn how to do things like that? So surprisingly, one of the podcasts I do listen to that's like that I really like, so I usually watch on the YouTube channel. This may come as a bit of a surprise. It's the Joe Rogan podcast. I know. The guy he's got a lot of tattoos. He's works out a lot. And he talks about things I know nothing about. Fabric Hoarder, I'm 13. You're 13, Fabric Hoarder? Wow, I had no idea. You sound, okay, I know you've been on here before. You sound so mature for your age. So what do you think? All right, Fabric Hoarder, I will ask you then, what do you feel like would help make this channel more appealing to people of your age? I know I'm old. I know I may not be. I'm probably old enough to be their moms. But, I would love to try to reach out to more people in that age group to try to get them interested and excited about sewing. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What kind of projects do you think would be good? What kind of videos, what kind of video format, I'd love to pick your brain a little bit, because clearly I know nothing about 13-year-old girls. I used to be one, but that was a really long time ago. But anyways, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and the Joe Rogan podcasts are like epically long. Some of them are like 3 hours long. So Joe Rogan had Bryan Callen on the podcast this past week. Bryan Callen is a comedian. He was on Mad TV. You also might recognize him from some shows. He does a lot of guest appearances and stuff. I think he was on Secret Life of an American Teenager as like Ricky's dad or something. But Bryan Callen and Joe were talking about a society in which, like, say technology advances to the point where people don't really need to do the work anymore, and they've got a lot more leisure time, sort of like this whole idea of, like, I know people have been talking about, like, the universal income and stuff, so they were kind of talking about this hypothetical in which people got money because the machines were doing all the work, but they didn't actually have to do any work. And they started talking about crafting, and I'm not joking. So I did share this on Instagram stories. It was hilarious. I was like, really? Very unexpected. So Joe Rogan is like, he's like, I'd really like to start see people getting more creative with their hands, And Bryan Callen was like, it's already happening, dude. It's already happening. There was some swearing in there too. But Joe is like, he actually mentioned crocheting. He's like, there's a YouTube video. He's like, you can learn to crochet, you can learn to tan leather, you can learn to build a bomb, all on YouTube. I love how he managed to work in crochet with building a bomb in the same sentence. Props to you, Joe Rogan. I did not think that was possible to put those things in the same sentence, but you managed to do that. So I think it's interesting to even see men talking about how they'd love to see people get more into working with their hands and making things. So I feel like the time is right for people to start doing those things. I think there's some interest and curiosity, but we want to get them in our camp. We want to get them to sew. So, you know, knitting and crocheting, awesome too. But again, like, I think a lot of people are in, you know, especially younger people, they want to do DIY and crafts, but they might not necessarily consider sewing. So I would like them to consider sewing. So that's why this channel exists. So I'm doing I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking, but please, I would love to get your input on what I can do to make this channel more appealing to people who don't already sew, but may be curious about it, or people into DIY and crafts who, who might not consider this as an option. Vic is here. Hello, Vic. And Empress Noel, thank you very much. All right, Terry, oh, hello. Don't forget to like the stream. I like how Terry is my wing woman for because I always forget to tell people to like the video and comment and subscribe. If you do enjoy this video, definitely, hit that like button and feel free to subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Vic, I really appreciate this. This channel inspired me to keep sewing. I bought a sewing machine to use only for practical purposes and became a love. That's how it was for me too. And that's why I think so many people would get a lot out of sewing, is that you don't know if you're going to like it. You probably don't have any expectations. And then once you start doing it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I just want to be a prophet for sewing. Not a prophet, more of an evangelist for sewing. Fabric Hoarder, thank you. I think people are lazy. They like to get things done fast. Maybe some really fast beginner projects that can get tons of views. Okay. They probably don't want to make their own clothes, but I do. That's a really good thought. Kind of easy, quick makes. And that's what I really liked. I think that's what I liked about the Maxi Makes box that I featured last week, is that her sewing and the projects that have been in the box aren't something that take you forever. It's something that takes you like an afternoon. So I would really like to do some projects along those lines that are kind of easy, fun, not too difficult, and maybe something that where they have the supplies already. I also bought a kids crochet kit, and I'd like to give that a crack too. So there will be a video about that. I'm gonna give it a shot. I've never crocheted before. I found this channel when the Sewing Report liked an Instagram post of mine that had nothing to do with sewing, so when I checked it out, I found I really liked the younger vibe. It was different. Thank you, Vic. All right, Terry O, 1 hour sewing projects. Pencil skirt may bring people in without time, or a no-sew fleece blanket. I do have some fleece. That might be a good one. All right, I think people would rather buy clothes at the store because people are self-conscious about being different than others. What do you think? So Fabric Hoarder, I was talking to my husband's niece a while ago, and she said that people were, in her town, were very into, upcycling things from thrift shops. Are you into that? And it seems so I was on a Reddit. I've been going on the sewing, and by the way, I've been really getting into Reddit lately. I am Sewing Report on Reddit. So if you are on Reddit also, you can see all the craziness I write there. So I was looking at some thread, and this girl was posting about her sewing experience, and she's like, the title of the post was, I learned to sew everything from lingerie to pants in a month, or something like that. And she's like, I know there's a lot of people that say you should start out slowly and, and learn along the way and start with easy projects. She's like, I found this did not work for me. I guess she found an Evie Lelouve bralette pattern and just made it over and over again until it looked better. I thought this was an interesting and different way to approach the whole thing of sewing. I'm very intimidated by hard sewing projects, and I'm like, oh, not yet. But this girl's totally the opposite. Just because I'm very picky about the way things look. So if I can't do it and it looks good, I hate it and I get frustrated. So she had some, and she's like, none of this like easy stuff like napkins and things. I'm like, hey, I like those projects. So I don't know. It does seem like people learn differently, but I really like your suggestions about just doing kind of quick, easy projects. I think that's a good way to think about it. So there definitely will be more like making videos, more like kind of walking people how to do things. I want to do some technique videos, but I really want to come up with some kind of branding for each type of segment. Because that's what we would do in news is, you know, you have a segment called On the Town, you have a segment called Dining Out. And I would like to come up with some cool names for all of these things and also kind of figure out what they are. So yeah, I think, oh, I like this. Razalik Crafts for Boys. All right, Razalik, I know nothing. I know not a lot about boys. What kind of project, if you have any sons, what kind of craft projects do you think they would be down with? I do have, you know what, the funny, you should mention that though, I have a video coming out this week that's definitely more oriented towards guys. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think that's a good suggestion that there's not a lot of things, or even gender neutral stuff. Like some of the projects look super girly. And again, it might apply to a boy if it's in different fabric. But if a boy sees it's in like unicorn fabric or something, they might be like, yeah, no thanks, and not really give it a chance. Vic, modern sewing is what draws younger people, and you can learn older fashion styles everywhere, but it's not often you see very modern outlooks. That's a good point, too. Anyways, I really appreciate everyone weighing in, and if you're watching this on the replay later, let me know what you think, too. I'm just trying to figure out how to best serve the audience that I currently have, but also really try to reach out to other people that are interested in this type of thing, or interested in making things or crafts, but they haven't tried sewing yet. So it's sort of the whole long-term mission. So the new mission statement that you will see me saying is, welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jennifer Moore, helping you discover your love of sewing, crafts, and DIY projects. So I'm officially breaking out here, busting out, and maybe I'm just trying to justify the dollhouse videos. That could be part of it. I don't know. Vic, the first thing I said was cloth pads and panty liners, not quilt squares like everyone kind of expected me to. That's very true, and I think I have seen the pattern for the Days for Girls pads. That's an interesting thing to do. All right, Jamie, it's challenging to learn to sew patterns that are modern and stylish. Good thoughts there. So maybe more like a learn to sew kind of series where, yeah, where like I'm doing more stuff that's like really, really beginner friendly. Mother Superior, by the way, that handle is just really awesome. Yes, for boys, I plan to teach my son and nephews all about making things with their hands across. And you know what? I would like to do some woodworking. Woodworking sounds awesome. And my husband, whenever we move, we're going to try to get into a house, hopefully within the next year again, so we can really go crazy with our DIY stuff. He really wants to do welding. He thinks welding is the coolest thing ever. So he's interested in doing welding. We both are now interested in woodworking. So we're definitely going to be doing some of that. But that's the thing. Yeah, maybe me doing some woodworking when we move into our house. You know, I think that would be kind of fun. I'm definitely going to try to make some doll furniture. I have the equipment. I bought a tiny like little miter saw too. So hopefully I can use that without cutting off a finger. All right, Allison, I find that there aren't too many patterns for men's clothes. Maybe sewing would appeal more to males if there were more men's, boys' patterns. I completely agree. And again, I think one thing that would help is more guys just doing it, more guys with blogs, more guys with YouTube channels, just to kind of show that it's not just a women thing. All right, a boys-centered pajamas tutorial. Like, I guess I might be able to do like a pajama pants thing or something. Like even just showing how to sew them up, like what my process is. All right, Fabric Hoarder, just wanted to let you know in my town there is a home sewing school just for kids. That's wonderful. I take a weekly class and all my classmates are around 8 to 10 years old. Awesome. Mother Superior, thanks, girl. My husband makes wood projects. Sewing is new for me. Excited. Sewing is such a trip. It's a great thing to do, you know, and I'm so glad you found this channel. And I had trouble finding anyone I could relate to on YouTube or in blogs. I love tutorials and I love following these people, but I just found that as a person, I wasn't finding a lot of people. Like, you don't see a lot of married women who sew who don't have kids. You don't see a ton of them, especially not like as a more public personality. A lot of these women are wonderful, you know, and I love moms. I have a lot of mom friends, but you have to admit, like, someone like me is going to have a harder time relating to a stay-at-home mother of 5 kids. We're just different people. We have different lifestyles, and, you know, it's a little bit harder to be able to feel like in touch with them, you know, just because it's just a different thing. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm married. I had, at least at the time I started this channel, I was a professional career person. I had a professional career, and I didn't have any kids, and I just wasn't finding that a lot of places. So I decided, you know what, hey, why not throw my hat into the ring? And Fabric Corded, that's awesome that you have a home sewing school in your town. That's very cool. Estelle goes, I would love to make my own furniture. My husband, I don't know if he trusts me to work with power tools, so we will see. He thinks I'm going to kill myself, which he might not be wrong. I think definitely doing the doll furniture would be doable for me just because they're smaller pieces. But I gotta be honest, this dollhouse, I'm on like day 3 and I'm priming pieces. So it's going to take me, I feel kind of bad because I think there's going to be a lot of Dollhouses videos coming to this channel just because they take up so much room. I can't do anything else with all this stuff around. So it's very, yeah. Mother Superior, thank you very much. My husband makes wood projects. Sewing, yes, okay. You're genuine and funny. I'm glad you think so, at least. I've gotten some interesting comments on the channels. I normally do not keep them. If the person is nasty or like very, if they're not constructive and I can tell they don't have good intentions, I don't keep those comments. 1, I don't need to see that, and 2, I don't want you guys to see that and feel negative either. Like, any super negative stuff, I take off because I don't want to foster that kind of community. One where people can say nasty things and it's okay. I don't think that's okay. I think we should be polite to each other and at least civilized. If it's okay to disagree with one another, but I think there's a way to get your point across and have it be productive and constructive rather than just mean and petty. I don't like that, and I've run into that before, and I just don't want to deal with it here. All right, my husband just took up glass etching. I've done a little bit of that. It's a lot of, you know, I should do stuff with my super old Cricut. I think that would be, I have done a little bit of glass etching. So I take my Cricut, cut out like shapes. I usually do monograms. So I'll take my Cricut and cut stuff out of vinyl, put it on the like glass or whatever, use etching cream, and then when you pull it off, you know, you get like a monogram glass. And I've done that for wedding gifts quite a few times, and people seem to like it. So yeah, exactly. And a lot of, over on my other channel, Jen Talks Forever, I've gotten a lot of really weird racial comments. So those I definitely do not keep. I've gotten a lot of comments, like nasty comments about my appearance. So I'm like, yeah, we don't need you. So that I don't tend to keep. And then, sometimes you get people commenting, and you can tell no matter what you say, they just want to leave a comment disagreeing with you. They're not trying to add to the conversation. They're just trying to be combative, and I don't keep those either. If I feel like you're just really trying to like almost like, if I feel like you're just trying to like discredit me or try to like show that you're better than me or you know more, I'm not going to keep your comment either, because I think that's really rude to do. Again, if you're saying, hey, that sounds interesting, but, you know, what about this way? But there are some comments I've gotten even here that they're like, you can tell they just want to pick a fight and they're not here. Like, it's always someone that they're not part of the live show. They don't comment on other videos. They just came over, saw that, and just want to just kind of start a throwdown or something. So there's definitely a lot of trolls in the internet. I've dealt a lot of, and I'm kind of used to it, but it still kind of hurts. Like when I see a comment about how my eyebrows look like they were drawn in with a Sharpie, it still kind of stings a little bit. I'm trying to get better. Asian eyebrows are hard, people. My eyebrows never look the same when I try it, and I don't even use a pencil. I use powder. And they never look the same. Like, tomorrow I could do the same thing and they'll look totally different. It's tough. You know, so I've chosen to kind of poke fun at myself and just get rid of those people. A few of the racial stuff, I even had to look up what it was. I was like, what does that even mean? And I looked up and I was like, okay, yeah, you're bye. And also the other thing I've noticed is that the trolls, when you go to their channel, they don't make any videos. They never make, all of the trolls, I've never seen one internet troll where you go to their channel and they actually have like a real channel. Like, at best, at most, they've got a couple like very poor, low quality cell phone videos, and that's it. Like, it'll be of like their grandkids playing or something. But all of the trolls, when you go there, they're not really involved in the YouTube community. They don't make content. They don't create things. And if you don't do that and you're criticizing someone's channel, clearly you're a little bit out of touch because you don't know what goes into making videos. You don't know how difficult it is. And I think that's it can be a little weird. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I got one comment on a video that said I look like a bulldog. And I was like, okay. And in a weird way, I could sort of see what they meant. Like, it was weird. So you get a lot of weird comments. I can't even tell you how many people were nasty to news people, though. Like, news anchors, news reporters, they've got it really bad. The people will say the nastiest things to them in email, in over the phone, in person. They'll be like, you're not as tall as I thought you would be, or something, or you're much better looking in person. It's like, thanks. So, yeah. But, you know, so we try to I want to foster like a healthy community here, and one where people are nice to each other. So if I see people not being nice to each other and not being nice in general, I think they're gonna go. So, yeah, they're jealous. I'm jealous of me and my webcam, I guess. I don't know. And if I've seen quite a few YouTube videos that I don't care for. I don't usually leave comments on them, and I don't give them a thumbs down either. I don't give them a thumbs up, but I don't purposely go out of my way to give them a thumbs down. And the other thing that I don't think they realize is that when you hit the thumbs down button on videos, it actually helps the video. It doesn't hurt the creator. So just know that if you really hate someone, if you go to a channel and you can't stand them and you think they're like a horrible person or something, if you really don't want to support them in any way, don't leave them a comment and don't hit that thumbs up or thumbs down button. Because if you comment, even if it's a bad comment, and if you hit the thumbs down button, it shows YouTube that the video is getting engagement, and it promotes it more. So actually, the more like polarizing videos where you get tons of haters and tons of thumbs downs, it actually helps the video overall, which is something I didn't realize. Carol, don't be sad. It's totally okay, you know? It's totally okay. And Kimberly, yeah, it's like, why? I heard something interesting. Gary Vaynerchuk said this. He says this quite a bit. I follow Gary Vaynerchuk. He's awesome. He has a lot of really interesting thoughts about like internet marketing and, you know, building a business. And he's like, I want to build my towers without tearing someone else's down. And I think there are definitely ways you can do that. There are ways that you can certainly grow and become successful without ripping somebody else down, without destroying someone else. I think those are the worst types of people, in my opinion. The people that not only want to be at the top, but want to do it by climbing on top of everybody else. Yeah, S. Douglas, yeah, that's the good way. If you don't like a channel, don't watch their videos, don't comment, and don't hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button. That's the best way for you to not show them any support. Because the minute you even hit thumbs down, that helps them. If you comment, that helps them. So, yeah, Carol, don't worry. It's totally, you know what? I'm kind of used to it. And so for some context, some of my jobs in newsrooms involved me answering the phone a lot, and there's something called crazy calls. And I would say about 95% of the people who contact a TV news station are crazy. They're like, they will say some really weird stuff to you over the phone. I have definitely been verbally abused probably thousands of times on the phone and just as many times via email. So it's something that I've just been dealing with for so long. It can kind of beat you down. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad I left the business, is because dealing with that on such a daily basis does kind of kill your soul a little bit. So dealing with a couple negative comments on YouTube, yeah, you kind of, sometimes it can kind of bother you, but at the same time, it's like, obviously they don't really have anything going on in their life. So, but yeah, so I've dealt with a lot of harassment over the years. And the other thing, when you work in the media and you go out and you tell people I work for blah, blah, blah station, the first thing someone's like, I hate, they'll be like, I hate the news, so you get a lot of that. Nobody really, that's the thing about journalists, nobody really likes you. So we're kind of used to that. We're used to getting a lot of, especially for the people, I was not on air in my jobs. I felt so bad for the people who were. They get harassed not only over the phone and via email, but in person. I've had some, everyone I know who's on air has some really bad experiences with interacting with people in public. They have been harassed, they have been yelled at, they've had a lot of doors slammed in their faces. So they're very, it's kind of a sad thing about the business, but it's the reality is that you got to have a really, really thick skin. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to survive. It's just very difficult. I had one guy, so I interviewed this guy for my ex-TV producer channel. This was a guy, he had a viral video last year. His name was Anthony Ponce, and he quit his job to start a podcast, and now he's like a Lyft driver as well. So he has this podcast called Backseat Rider, and he's worked this out with Lyft, so it's okay. When he gets riders, he asks them if they want to be part of the podcast, and then he asks them questions and records them. What's the best present you ever received? He'll, come up with questions like that. So I asked him if he had any, weird stories about people, and he said someone took the time to take screenshots of him when he was, during a live shot or something, and he had some pit stains in his shirt. Now, this is a very real thing that happens to most guys because they're usually required to wear a dress shirt and sometimes a suit on air. So even if it's 90 degrees, they still have to mostly be wearing a shirt and tie and a jacket. So he had some pit stains. Some viewer took screenshots of his pit stains and sent him I think it was a real letter or so. Oh no, they might not have taken screenshots, but this person actually took the time to send him a snail mail letter complaining about his pit stains. Which is, one, completely rude and inappropriate, and also, man, it happens. It's going to happen to most everybody. So he definitely, that was the one that stuck out in his mind, and everybody has a story or several stories like that. It's a little bit crazy. So, Sabrina, thank you so much. Your content makes us think, makes us see things through different perspectives. I'm glad you see it like that. I really appreciate that. Kim, I did a job for a company a couple years. Abuse part, not good enough for sure. And I feel bad. A lot of people work for they may work at a call center. I'm sure they deal with a lot of crazy people too. A lot of the people that we would deal with, they were just, they were complaining about, it was usually complaining about something they saw on TV, some issue that was not really a story. They'd be complaining about their brother-in-law or something. Some, seriously legit crazy people. I had a lady call. She probably called for at least a year. She somehow got the phone number. And she would call, and it was clear she had some severe mental issues. I think she was on medication because sometimes she would sound more with it than other times. But this lady she told me she clearly had an obsession with the actor Robert Redford. She mentioned Robert Redford in most of her phone calls. She would also call at really weird times. She'd call at 6 a.m., she'd call at midnight, very odd hours. And sometimes she would sometimes she would interact with you, but other times it was like you weren't even there. Like, she would just talk for a while and then hang up. She also mentioned Oprah, Will Smith, President Obama a lot, Paul Newman, Bruce Willis. Clearly, she watched a lot of TV and movies. One time, I remember, hello, if you're joining us live. If you are just tuning in now, if you want to rewind back, I shared some of my favorite shows, my favorite videos and shows with you guys. And now we are talking about a crazy lady that used to call my news station. So this lady would call at really weird times and just say like it was the most insane stuff ever. But I'll never forget one time she called at 6 a.m. She asked me if I'd ever seen the movie Indecent Proposal, the one with like Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson and like Robert Redford, her favorite act. I really think if something ever happens to Robert Redford, this lady has to have been involved somehow. Like, she had a fixation about that dude. So I was like, no, I haven't seen Indecent Proposal. She spent the next 20 minutes giving me an entire plot synopsis. Like, literally 20 minutes. She went through the entire movie with me and explained everything that happened in it. So, I mean, now I don't have to see the movie at least. I'd never watched it before, but now I don't have to, thanks to this lady and her excellent movie review. So that was a pretty weird call. Anyways, I know this show we're really getting off the rails now, so I'm probably going to sign off and tape some stuff, and then I've got to go over to Dollar Tree. I know, very exciting. But thank you guys all so much for being here today, for helping me get to 10,000 subscribers. This is huge for the channel, and I really want to make this channel better. I really want to be able to keep putting out content, make better content, and continue to grow as a video creator. It's what I'm passionate about, and it's what I love doing. So thank you all for making this possible. And also, don't forget, starting Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the details are all in the description box, but I'm going to be doing sort of a de-stashing event where for $5 you'll get an entire bundle that includes shipping, US shipping, and that's going to be happening Tuesday, so look for that. The details are below, and this is kind of this is basically only for video viewers. I'm not advertising this on Facebook or Instagram other than on the actual account. So I'm really, really excited about the future, and I feel like it can only hopefully get better. So stay with me, and I hope I hope you enjoy this channel, and let me know your thoughts on what you like. Also in a constructive way, let me know if there's something I do that really annoys you or something. Like, I've noticed I say certain, especially during the live shows, I tend to say certain words over and over again. I'm trying to work on that. But the more I watch it back, the more you kind of become aware of it. So thank you, everyone. All right, you should have watched the movie, then engaged in long scholarly. Yeah, I know that lady. And also, we thought she was like not with it very much. She knew all of our names, so clearly, because we answered the phone like, "Hello, this is Jennifer." So she remembered everybody, and she also remembered who hung up on her. Like, she like, talked to so and so, they hung up on me or something. I mean, that happened just especially if they didn't have time to deal with her nonsense. Because again, we were taking a lot of calls that were like emergencies. So yeah. But thank you, everybody. I really appreciate this. And officially, I guess this is going to be the last. The live show format is definitely going to be changing. So I might not be live for a few weeks. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to, hopefully once I figure out what's going to happen, I'm going to share that with you and hopefully have some announcements in the near future. But just know I've got a lot going on behind the scenes that I'm working on that's going to take some time and some attention a little bit away from the videos short term, but long term, I just really want to create a better structure for the channel to ensure some longer, more sustainable, success for this whole thing. So thank you all very much, and I hope you have a great Sunday, a happy sewing if you're doing that. I'm working on this dollhouse, and I'm going to the dollar store, so it's going to be a really exciting day. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you all hopefully very soon. I'm still going to be going live, just probably at more random times. All right, I'm signing off. You guys have a great afternoon or evening if you're in Europe somewhere.